Hello, good evening guys. Today I would like present about assignment 2. The issues in this case is whether Maria can successfully claim damages against Eddie for nervous shock resulting from witnessing the accident and the subsequent death of her daughter Lena. Rules and law. Negligence as a thought is a breach of a legal duty of care that causes harm to the claimant. The term negligence has three distinct meanings. First, it could refer to a person's mental element, is negligence as to the possible effects on his conduct. Second, it may refer to the quality of a person's conduct that he negligent is doing something such as crossing the road or driving his car, or in failing to do something such as to accompany a small child in a place that may turn out a objected that could cause injury to the child. In this sense, the word negligence indicates the standard or quality of the conduct. Third, the word refers to a branch of thought law which imposes a certain standard of care on people in certain circumstances. This means that they are under an obligation not to conduct themselves below that standard. And if they do, they are liable in a law to compensate the person who has suffered because of the careless act. To determine whether Maria can claim damages for nervous shock, we need consider the legal principles surrounding this type of claim. In most jurisdictions, the following elements must be established. Proximity. Maria must establish that she was in close proximity to the accident or its immediate aftermath. Close relationship. Maria must demonstrate a close relationship with the victim, Lena, such as being a parent or immediate family member. Foreseeability. It must be reasonably foreseeable that a person of normal fortitude in Maria's position would suffer psychiatric harm as a result of witnessing the accident and its aftermath. Recognized psychiatric illness. Maria must show that she has suffered a recognized psychiatric illness, such as acute depression, as a result of the accident. Where a claimant has suffered bodily injury, physical, as a result of defendant negligence, the court have no difficulty in allowing recovery in respect of psychiatric illness resulting from the injury. In the case of Zainab binti Ismail against Marimuthu and Anna, the first defendant, a lorry driver, carelessly and noisily drove a lorry belonging to the second defendant down a quiet and fairly infrequently used side street. The plaintiff's daughter was killed while washing clothes at a standpipe in a side street as a result of his reckless driving, which has proven. The evidence established that the plaintiff witnessed the collision, which caused her to suffer from shock and remain ill nearly 2 years later. The plaintiff claimed damages for the decreased shock and illness, as well as loss of life expectancy as a result of first defendant negligence. By referring to the case of McLaughlin against O'Brien and Oz, Lord Wilberforce has outlined four factors of immediate aftermath test to be considered in establishing a nervous shock claim. To apply the first factor in the above situation, the class of persons that act as plaintiff and can sue Mina and her mother as they both have a close emotional relationship with victim, which is a father. The closer the tie between them, the higher the likelihood of the receiving compensation. For the second factor, there was a physical proximity of Mina's mother to the accident because she was there with her husband when in the accident happened, which had resulted in his death. However, in the case of Mina, she was not physically there because she had only been aware of the incident through the news that was reported. On the other hand, for the third factor, we can say that the shock experienced by Mina's mother was in fact due to the incident because she was there physically when it happened, but for Mina, she became hysterical after she saw the condition of her injured mother in the hospital. This means that the shock experienced by them both was clearly due to the aftermath of the damage. Lastly, for the fourth factor, mental illness that is suffered by Mina and her daughter was diagnosed as a result of the defendant's negligence. Thus, we can conclude that the hotel negligence was the proximate cause of their psychiatric condition. Application. In this case, Maria was passing by the scene of the accident without knowing that her daughter was involved. She later received a call informing of Lena's severe injuries and death. Maria immediately rushed to the hospital and was brought to the mortuary to view Lena's body. The police officer described Lena's screaming period to her death as unforgettable. As a result, Maria has been suffering from acute depression. Moreover, she was in close proximity to the accident and had a close relationship with the victim Lina. A secondary victim is a claimant who, though not in any danger himself, suffered psychiatric illness as a result of witnessing the death, injury, or impairment of another person with whom he has a close relationship of love and affection, known as immediate victims. In relation to secondary victims of psychiatric illness, the claimant must establish that psychiatric illness was reasonably foreseeable in a person of ordinary fortitude. Conclusion. Based on the application of the legal principle, Maria may have a successful claim for damages against Eddie for nervous shock. It was reasonably foreseeable that witnessing such a traumatic event would cause psychiatric harm. Additionally, Maria acute depression can be considered a recognized psychiatric illness. Thank you.